Hello everyone, welcome back to Nails and Sunflowers, or welcome if you're new. Today's video, I'm going to show you how I would do a Russian manicure in detail. No polish, no color, no gel, just Russian manicure to clean off all the cuticles and leave pretty natural hands, pretty much. Yes, this is a male client. I don't have many, honestly. I wish I had more, and I wish I had male clients that actually want polish and color and all the fun stuff, but it's okay. We love these as well. So first of all, I'm just filing the nails to shorten them a bit, and then I'm polishing off, let's say, the edge of the nail, because we're not going to put any color or any product on top. I don't want the edge of the nail to have any leftovers that are going to be uncomfortable when he goes around touching things. And now I'm doing the same on the other hand. Obviously he hates this, like he really does not like when I file the nail, so he was really pulling back and uncomfortable. It's not that it's painful, he just really doesn't like the feeling of the file. So after that we move on to the actual Russian manicure. I grab my orange wood stick that I have filed, let's say the tip, so it's round and it doesn't have any edge that might be painful. And as you can see, I am first pushing back and then lifting up with the tip of the orange wood stick, lifting up the cuticle. We want to open the pocket, but you certainly don't want to hurt your client here. This is the first step where you're actually going to touch the skin. If you hurt them now, they are just going to pull back and be uncomfortable for the rest of the service, even if it's not painful anymore. I'm talking from experience. Don't be harsh on this. Just take your time. I know it feels like this should be quick, but it's okay if it's not. It's okay if it takes you 2-3 minutes to actually properly push them back and lift them up. It's better if you take your time here now than just, doing it rushing and not really properly opening up the cuticle, because when you go to use the flame bit, it's gonna get stuck on the skin. So as you can see, I used some baby powder, and because his skin is a bit wet, humid, I think he used what's the name? Yeah, hand cream right before the service or something. So we actually want the skin crusty for this process. So I use some baby powder, rub that off, and now with my flame bit, red abrasive mark at 15,000 rotations per minute on forward, I'm going on the left side wall. I start off by first lifting up the cuticle, like I'm focusing on the skin here. I'm just trying to push it back even more. You don't want to lift it up too much though if you're using scissors. If you're using nippers, I'm not sure because I've never used. I think you need to, but for the scissors we do not. And then when it's properly lifted and separated, we want to clean off the nail plate itself. So don't push on the nail plate. You don't need to put any amount of pressure. You just need to slide the flame bit at the right angle, so it's positioned not pointing to the nail, but actually parallel to the nail plate. Take into account, depending on the flame bit you're using, this is a 2.1 millimeter, I think. Depends on the millimeters. You are gonna have to angle it more or less. But you just want it flat, right? You want the actual angle of the flame bit to be the same as the nail plate. You don't want to do any, marks. What's the name? I can't think of it now in English. Excuse me, but you don't want to hurt your client, pretty much. So yeah, just cleaning off the nail plate, getting rid of all the crusty skin that's stuck to it, because we also exposed it when we pushed back the cuticle or the proximal fold. It's long to explain. I'm not going to go into detail about that. I'm not going to tell you about the whole anatomy of the nail. If you want me to, let me know and I will do a separate video about it, but we don't have the time right now. So once all of that is clean, as you can see, we also focus on the sides of the nails, the growth points. We usually have hard skin there, especially if we work with our hands a lot. By the way, do excuse my voice. I'm really sorry. I am filming voiceovers while I'm sick. I know it's the worst time, but I have not found the time until now, and I don't want to wait one more week before I start uploading content. So it's fine. Just bear with it for now. It's not going to be for much more videos, I don't think. Maybe one more where you might hear me like this. But yeah, just excuse me. So as you can see, I really take my time with this. You really want the nail plate to be clean. Even if I'm not going, right now I'm not going to polish, I'm not going to use gel on top of it. If I was, this is very important. The nail plate needs to be clean of any skin. Like, we do not want any skin. Otherwise, wherever we left some skin, some crusty, some dirty, not dirty, some dry skin on the nail plate, it's gonna lift. The product is just gonna lift 100%. So after I go on all the nails on the forward on the left side, I change to reverse and I go on the right side. You did not see the thumb because that was for, I saved the thumb to do reels for Instagram. Really sorry, but you are gonna see all 5 nails on the other hand. Also, you might notice I don't go into the pinky. You might be able to see his pinky had an accident when he was 4 or something, and he doesn't really have a nail there. He has like half the finger. So for this hand, you're only going to see 3 fingers, but for the rest, the other one, you are going to see 5. We are taking now our scissors. These are Stalex 20/1, as always. I start at an angle, and then as you can see, I go 90 degrees on the nail. On this, well, how do I explain this? Hard. You want your scissors to be completely straight. Look at, like, as if the scissors are facing you, okay? You don't want them angled at any point except for the side walls. As you can see, I angle them and then I slowly move them up until they are facing me completely straight. You do want to cut the cuticle like this, because otherwise you are going to cut too much or not enough. Obviously, you don't want any of those. If I were to choose, I would prefer not to cut enough. But if you angle them, you are going to cut too much. You're going to go into the proximal fold. You are going to make the person bleed. And you never want to do that, do you? So yeah, you can see just slowly cutting. I'm leaving all of this video on real speed. I'm pretty sure this is real speed. I would say so. I'm only using the very tip of the scissors. I would say about 2 millimeters of the tip of the scissors. And your eye should be fixed on that. Do not look at the rest. You should not try to cut with the rest of the scissor. You only need to use, you should only use the very tip. Now with our flame bit, again 6,000 rotations per minute, we are polishing the cut. This is very, very, very important. Do not skip it. Do not be one of those people that just cuts and then leaves the skin as if. No. Even if you hydrate that, it doesn't matter. You're gonna get hangnails. You're gonna get all sorts of painful hangnails in the next 3-4 days. The client, I mean, not you, obviously. You really need to polish the cut, first with the flame bit and then with the silicone bit. The silicone bit is more for aesthetics, as in it's to give like shine to the skin, but it does also polish the cut, preventing hangnails to appear in the next few days. And now, as you can see, this is sped up. You have seen the full process slowly with the other hand, and now we move on to the other one, where I think I'm gonna leave you. I'm gonna save you from this awful voice that I have, and I'm just gonna let you enjoy the process and see all full 5 fingers. As a final touch, I always offer my clients some cuticle oil and some hand cream with a little bit of a massage on their hands. This is completely free, complimentary. I want to give this to my clients as a little thank you for trusting me and for coming to me. You can charge for this, obviously. Feel free to do so if you feel like you need to. But I just think it leaves them with a nice feeling, and that's exactly what I want them to feel when they leave my chair. So yeah, just rubbing some cuticle oil. I think this is Hey Love, salted caramel, my favorite. And then some hand cream. I think it's from Dove. I'm not entirely sure. It might be from Rituals. But yeah, here you have finished results. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!